Yo, man, almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the Social Norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean Canteen and Beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the Social Norm.
And I'm
Yep. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, it's a social norm where we talk to you fellas, make you open your mind a little different so y'all can be the best y'all can be. You know, I don't know. I'm a little tired today, but it is what it is. We had some technical difficulties of me oversleeping. That's what it is.
In his defense, you know, we do work a lot of 16-hour days, so
Yeah, I've been grinding. So,
yeah, it catch up to you.
but today's episode, you already know, man. Y'all see the title. It's bullying from back in the day. I figured me and Beans, we could talk about some of the bullying stories that we had when we was kids. And just kind of not only just from you and me ourselves, but maybe you had some stories you've seen other people get bullied and some kind of fucked up but funny ways, funny things that happened when you was younger.
Okay. Well, my first question is, what brought this on? Like, what happened? There's something.
Why do you always think something gotta happen
Because
for me to
it's
come up with
it-
things?
This just came out of left. I was like, oh, bullying. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is I want to talk about
You
bullying.
just thought of it, and it's
Yeah.
All right.
You know, everybody's got a bullying story. We live in 2022 now. Bullying isn't the same as it once was
No.
when I was a kid, when you
No.
was a kid. And I think if we think about it and we talk about how bullying has affected our lives, I feel like sometimes I really feel like you need bullying in life. I feel like bullying creates you to become a man at some point, or you to become a bitch. One or the other. But at some point, I feel like it still will make you a man, because at some point you're gonna stop being a victim and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna take a stand for something. So go ahead. I want to hear you. Do you have any bullying stories when you were growing up?
I didn't really get bullied too much when I was a kid because I come from a large family, so they really didn't mess with me like that. But I did see other kids get bullied. Like there was a kid I knew he got chased home from school every single day.
And you were just like, oh, there goes Marcus
Hey,
again.
yeah, there you go again. There you go again. And then later on the line, I asked, I was like, yo, why y'all messing with him like that?
The
And
bullies.
they had no answer. They just did it because
I think what it
They
is,
wanted
it's
to.
like when you see a lion or a wolf pack, they're only gonna run they're only gonna chase you if you run. If you're just like, I'm not worried about y'all, they don't know what to do. They're not like it's a reaction thing. It's a instinct thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean,
There was this kid I knew named Mike,
Mhm.
and he was just he was you know, he came from a poor household, and kind of the rich kids kind of will make fun of him and bully him. One day he just had enough. Like we all were in class together, and this kid, I remember his name was Sammy. This kid would mess with him all the time.
Yeah.
And this kid he picked up. You ever one of them, you know, those old metal school chairs?
Yeah.
Like Sammy like flicked his ear, and that was it.
That was
And
it.
then
That set him
Sammy
off.
laughed and walked away.
That broke the beast.
And Mike picked up his chair and cracked this dude in the back. Destroyed him.
God damn, dude.
Just destroyed
This shit went WWF style
like,
real quick. Like,
what? I was cheering them all. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. I was
So the other dude, he had been a menace. He had been
He had been
always
a
picking.
menace picking on Mike.
See,
And he just had enough. He just couldn't take it no more.
so you never had no from your end. No one ever
Um,
tried to bully you. No one ever did something to you that you didn't prefer.
I mean, I don't know if this kind of means I told you about the time I got jumped. I don't think that.
Well, let's talk about it. Go ahead. You
I
never
don't know.
really told the story.
Okay, it was a basic story. Me, my brother, and my best friend, we walking home from school,
Yeah.
and we sitting there laughing and joking. And then next thing I know, is about 16 like dudes on us.
So they just
Like,
rush you
they
out of nowhere.
came out. I swear it was like a bunch of ninjas. It was just like
They come from all angles, jumping over
we-
fences.
Yes, we were walking, and the next thing you know, we were surrounded. I was like, "What the?"
Was y'all waiting on us?
Yeah, that that's what it felt like. Like they saw us coming, and they was like, okay. As soon as they get here, we gonna
Let's-
jump
let's-
on. And
There was
there's not much you can do.
okay,
when there's, go
but
ahead.
when they came and surrounded y'all, was there any discussion of like giving y'all money or not? They just
No,
went.
they
So it
just-
was strictly
strictly
ass whooping.
There was
pain.
no fighting. There was no discussion. There was no robberies. They didn't take anything. They just
Came out of nowhere. Just
came
started-
out of nowhere, and it was
and
just
inflicted pain. They said
on.
we want war.
And they
it
did. And the thing is, there's not, like I said, there's not much you can do in that situation when it's like 16 on 1, and that's a rough estimate. It had to be-
16 on
it
one.
was a lot of them.
Was it the Boys and Girls Club beating your ass?
no,
Why was
It
there
was-
16
it
kids
was-
to one kid?
there was a lot of them.
Dude, the whole neighborhood beat your ass.
Yeah.
That day. Like that was a planned attack
There
for
was
them to have that many
a-
kids.
a lot of. Well, we learned. Well, this is the thing. We later found out that we weren't the only ones. They would go around,
And just pick
randomly
random.
picking people and just beating them up.
I'm
We
just
had to
saying
be-
for them to be how many kids were with you?
It was just me, my brother, and my best friend. That was
So that's 4. So if we're talking about
it was 3 of us. Me,
Okay.
my brother, and best friend. That's 3
okay,
of us.
3 people, 16 to 1, you're talking like 40 people.
Like it was like that. And
Oh, it felt like 40 people. He was
it
like,
felt like, and you know what? You could all you can do is just grab one and
and hold on for dear
man,
life.
hold on. Yeah, I did it. My brother did it. I think that's my best friend.
Who
did
got beat up the most?
it.
Or was it just all equally ass?
I think it was all.
he's like
equal.
I don't know. We all was hurting.
Because I was trying to figure out, because my brother was a bit of a nuisance. So I'm looking at my brother like, yo, who was that?
You instantly
Yeah.
blamed your brother. Like
Yeah.
I know you do bullshit. So
So who was that?
who did you?
He was like, I swear to God, I don't know who that was. Like I said, what did you do? He was like, I didn't do nothing. I swear. Like I don't know.
So did you ever talk to any of the kids that jumped you to be like,
we
why did y'all do this?
Well, later on down the line, see the thing about where we live. People forget. We live in a small community. Sooner or later, I'm gonna run into you. That's
Mhm.
just how it was. So what happened? When we ended up being at parties together.
and you're just
and
like,
he was like, "Yo, ain't that one of the dudes?"
I remember that foot. That foot. Let me see the back of your
Well,
foot.
here's the thing. You'd be surprised what you remember in an instant. Because I looked at faces. I was like, okay, because I was trying to figure out who I was gonna grab.
Yeah.
So because you
You
got to
just-
pick one. So we actually ran into one of the dudes I grabbed, and he was just like, remember in Baby Boy where Omar Epps and Tyrese were punching them kids,
Yeah.
And
They
dude-
caught him in the park.
and dude was like, "Come on, man, you already hit me." That's
Get your bitch ass up, Lucky Charms.
that's how he,
Talk about gonna rob somebody.
that's how he was. Like, come on, man. Like,
Come on,
you already-"
man.
I
My
was like,
jaw
"Nah."
hurt. Ain't nobody care about your jaw hurting.
That's how it was. And
So y'all caught somebody.
we,
and-
we caught a few of them. We didn't catch all of them.
but y'all was like, y'all was like, stand there.
we basically cornered him, man. It was just like,
Hey
he
man.
was like, yo, man, come on. He recognized me. He was like, yo, come on, man. Like, you was hitting me too. I was like, no, that's not an excuse, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
This is how black on black crime starts. You just like, I don't care what you talk about. You got me. Now I time to get you.
Now it's time to get you. His defense was, well, when we was fighting, I was the one that grabbed him and and which is basically
How do you know? That's what I'm saying. Maybe you're. That's what he probably saying. He's saying I was in the group, but I really wasn't about to do nothing with y'all.
no, he was saying
And you grabbed me, so I was just in it now.
no, he was like, you already grabbed me, you was hitting me too. I was like, so what? Like,
I was hitting you because you came to me.
yeah, I was like, y'all attacked us. I never would have had to do that to you if you would have never came at us like that.
All right.
Like, no, that's not an excuse. Like, you about to catch this fade. Like, you about to. And
Could you remember if you seen some of them today? Would you remember?
I probably would. I can at least remember.
I feel like bullies, you always remember their
Yeah.
face.
I can remember at least 4 of them.
Okay. 4 out of 6. That ain't bad.
So
It's a quarter. So my bully story, I never really per se was bullied by. I was bullied, but I wasn't bullied like a traditional TV show, like give me your lunch money bully.
mhm.
I wasn't that bullied. It was like this kid. His name was Billy Mills.
It's always some kid named Billy.
Billy, and this kid, he didn't even go to my school. So where I lived, there was 3 areas of schools. There was Depew, Cheektowaga, West Seneca. So some kids in the neighborhood went to Cheektowaga, some kids went to Depew, some kids went to West Seneca. He went to West Seneca, I believe. And him and this other kid. So like imagine freaking Christmas Carol, where you had the one kid
Uh-huh.
and a really bigger kid. He was like the little kid.
Your bully was a little kid?
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as comparison to his friend that he would hang out with.
He was the one to talk trash with him.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So he would always be, he was kind of like the person who would talk shit to you, and the other kid kind of like co-sign it. But like the other kid really wasn't a bully, but he kind of was because he was just friends with him, and he was just bully. You know what I mean? But Billy was like the main person. So Billy would always be like, we meet at the park and we playing basketball, and like, you know, he'd do one of them things like the basketball go out of nowhere, and he'd take the ball. He wouldn't be playing, he'd just take the ball and like kick the fucking ball far as hell. So I'd be like, motherfucker, like I always wanted to fight him. I always wanted to fight this kid. Because he would come in, try to torment me. It was a white kid, so he would come in, he'd always be like, fucking black, you know what? I think he might have called me a monkey at one point. That might have been where the first time I heard monkey from. I don't know. I don't know if he called me monkey, but he definitely said a racial slur at some point, like nigger or something. And I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like we had to fight probably at least 1 or 2 times. But it was like one of those, like, he never really wanted to fight me because he knew like I would beat his ass.
The rage would be real.
So he would always like just antagonize me and stay away. So like one time I got him, but I didn't get him like I wanted because he like got up and ran. But like, so there was always that, like when he come around, I was like, oh, here come this motherfucker. Like this dude.
So wait, you beat him up and he would keep coming back talking trash?
Not really beat him up. Like I got a couple licks in, but I didn't really beat him up because he'd always like would run. So it wasn't like he could, like I know it sounds like I'm the bully, but I'm not. Like he just, I can't even explain it. It wasn't like he bullied me as much as he bullied my friends.
I get that. My thing was this: if I was your bully, right, and I came to you and you said you punched me a few times, oh, I would be like, okay, he about
you
it.
would think
he
that,
about
right?
it. He about it. Let me leave him alone.
You would think that, but this kid was he was consistent. He consistently would come in and try to torment me, my other friends. So fast forward, this is how karma works. I go to college, you know, high school, college, whatever. I come back. This is years later. This was probably, I'm 32 now, so it's probably like 7-8 years ago. No more than 7-8 years ago, probably like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, this dude, I go get this job at a factory, right? And guess who works at the factory?
Little Billy.
Old Billy. Now, Billy at this time got a kid. Billy is older. Billy don't want
these problems.
these problems. I'm coming out of college. I'm bigger, way bigger than what I was in high school. So I'm like, he sees me. He's on a forklift, right? He sees me. I see him, and I'm like, oh, that fucking Billy. And he's like, he does it. So like for the first week, this man was like avoiding me.
you.
Then he finally sees me. He's like, hey, Carlton, hey man, I just want to say, you know, I want to apologize for all the times I was being an asshole. You know, we older now, and I just don't want you to beat my ass. And I'm just like, oh man, don't worry about that. Like it's over now. Like
Wow.
he's like, you know, not for nothing. I got kids, and I ain't even trying to get my ass whooped.
Wow.
And I was just so he apologized because he do like I was like, nigga, I never really got to finish what I started with you.
And you accepted his apology. Now.
I did because at some, you know, when you get to it's been a decade. We were kids. It wasn't like we was 20 and he was doing this. It was like we was 15, 16.
He
was doing this.
I gotta give you credit because I would have been like, nah.
Oh, best believe. The way I was looking at him when he approached, he was very cautious because I was like, we ain't kids no more.
Because in your mind,
there's only space and opportunity up in here.
Yeah, because in his mind, well, I'm grown, but in your mind, you want to pick up.
Yeah, ding ding, we right back where we started.
You back at that.
Say the wrong thing.
Yeah,
and his hands is coming in, yo,
to crush you. Yeah.
Yeah. So he instantly, before we even go into the conversation, hey, I just want to tell you, I apologize for anything that I did when I was, because I was a dumbass kid. And I don't know why I was doing what I was doing.
It happens. Listen, it happens.
Like,
it happens. But that's the stuff. It reminds me of when I can remember the first fight I ever got into in my neighborhood. It was actually this kid named Nate who used to live down the street. Now, you kid, little Nate would come down and terrorize us. He actually would terrorize
each other.
My friend, basically, more than
But you hated seeing him do
I
that.
hated seeing it to my friend.
That's kind of what Billy did for me.
And you know, Nate always would say, I know karate, I know this, I know that. Now, when you were a kid, you know, I was 13. We actually believed it. I don't know why I believed it. And then one day he actually I forget what he did to my friend. He kicked him in the stomach or something like that. And my friend is crying. And I was just like, you know what? I don't say nothing. I pop him straight in the nose. Boom. His nose starts bleeding. He starts crying. And my father runs out and he's like, yo, what's going on? And little Nate goes, he hit me in the face. I'm like, what the like,
what do you mean?
My father was like, get in the house. so I got in trouble.
How old were you?
I was 13.
Okay.
So I was like, he kicked my friend in the stomach. And, you know, my dad, you know, you can't answer
violence with violence
like this.
You like, that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
violence with violence.
Listen, I said, Dad, he would come down and terrorize us every day. Like,
see, Dad, you ain't seeing crying Nate.
Yeah.
You ain't seeing badass Nate
who would come down
that torment the shit out of my friend.
Yeah,
and have him in tears.
And then my dad was like, look, you might have broke his nose, right? So I was like, damn.
Like his parents is gonna be
like, my dad, he gonna be called. Luckily, I ain't break his nose.
His parents did call,
but his parents did come down, and they were mad, they were yelling, and you know, my mom, she gonna defend me to the end.
Well, your son, what'd your son do?
Yeah,
he asked your son what he. Moms don't be caring what you did. It's all about how the parents come at him.
Yeah,
if they say, "Look, I don't know what happened," then she's real like against you.
Yeah,
but if they come up with like that level of
your son
and this, and the head nodding, then women emotionally just defend like, fuck that, my son, you ain't gonna come at my son like that. Yeah. If your son came over to our area and he started some mess.
Yeah, my son just don't go around hitting people for no reason. That's basically how my mom was doing it.
Yeah, and
like
dad's just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Mama bears out with her claws.
Luckily, little Nate, his nose wasn't broken, and my dad did one of the things like all fathers do. Like when I first got in trouble, like, look, you can't do that. But then, like later on, he was like,
Good job.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, my dad did the same thing. So like, I told y'all about the fight I had when the kid slapped me.
I think you did tell me this story.
Okay, so after that, I get called. My mom. I get home. My mom's like, wait till your dad get home. You're gonna be in trouble. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay. All right. And back then I was scared of my dad. So I was like, oh,
Yeah,
he
listen,
about
every
to whoop
child
my
is.
ass.
Every
So
child
my
is.
dad, my mom's like, here, take this. Your father's on the phone. He got something to tell you. I'm like, oh God. So my dad's, hey, heard you been fighting. I was like, yeah. He's like, did you win? I said, yeah. All right. Well, you know you're supposed to be fighting. Get the phone to your mama.
That is how dads discipline.
Dads don't give a damn. They like,
Yeah.
did you win, nigga?
Did you win? All right.
Nigga,
You got that dub? All right.
Nigga, the family name is still intact. We good. I don't care about that else.
That's how you do. Because back in the day, that was what, I'm gonna tell your father, and that meant automatic beat down.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Only if you was being disrespectful.
Yeah.
You being disrespectful to your mom is a beat down. You fighting a kid, your dad gonna be like, now you know you ain't supposed to be fighting. Then the mom leave, you like, hey, did you beat his ass? Yeah. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we do. That's what we do.
That's how all fathers are.
Now get in your room. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I didn't get grounded. I just had to stay in the house for the day.
That's what I'm saying. My father never grounded me for fighting.
Yeah.
Because he knew me. He knew I was never going to be the one to start fights. Like, I wasn't the antagonizer. He knew if I fought a kid, it was because the kid was out of line.
Yeah, and I'm usually not either. And the thing is, once it's funny because this our dad's discipline. My dad did ground me one time, but he forgot
that he grounded you.
That he did. Like, he grounded me that morning, and then he came back and that was like, "What you doing in the house?" I said, "Why don't you go outside?" I was like,
okay,
you grounded me." He was like, "I did." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Just going outside. Whatever you did, just don't do it no more anymore."
That's my dad did. I had my dad do that before. No, you know what? I was bad though. It's like I have where my father would sleep. My dad he used to work doubles all the time. Just like me, he would take naps and then be out
in oblivion.
So what I would do is when I knew I was in trouble, I was in punishment, I was grounded or whatever, I would wake him up in the middle of his sleep where he was delusioned. Like he was just out of it. And I'm like, "Hey Dad, I go outside." And he's like, yeah, go ahead. You sure? Yeah.
Everybody does that.
But this is the thing. My father, I swear, I put this on everything. I'm not making this up. My father would always wake up suddenly and then say some ridiculous thing and then ask you to play a stupid game. So I'm gonna give this is my impression of my father.
Okay, go ahead.
Waking up. All right. So like try to wake me up.
Wait, hey Dad. Hey,
hey, they're shooting out there. Wait, what you want to do? Gotta go outside. Say that. I'm like, oh, they shoot out there.
Hey Dad, gotta go outside.
Oh yeah. You can go outside. Want to play checkers? That's the shit my father would say. For some reason, my father would always end it with, "You want to play some checkers?" He'll say they shoot outside, get down, they shoot. You want to play some checkers?
I'm like, we need to talk about this. What is happening?
What I do when he get woken? So I would go out. So what I would do is I would go out and play, and then when he would wake up and get his bearings, he'd be like, "Where Carl? Where I'm at?" And he'd be like, "Oh, he outside playing. What are you doing outside playing?" So when I come home, he'd be like, "What you doing? You supposed to be?" I said, "You said I could go outside." "I ain't tell you to go outside." I said, "Yes, you did. I asked you." You said, "Oh, I was asleep. You know you can't ask me no question while I'm asleep." I said, "Well, you answered." You said, "Stop doing that." I stayed doing it. He could never.
Everybody tries it. Like even I've tried that growing up, and it usually works. And my dad just.
But, oh, okay.
The thing is, my father never remembered Like he would wake up and be like, "Oh, you outside? All right," and it nothing. Would never remember that he grounded us.
Yeah.
My mother would have to like remind him, like, he ain't supposed to be outside. But why ain't he supposed to be outside? Like, you grounded him.
Oh.
Oh, what ground for? And then
That's it. If you can't tell me why I'm supposed to be inside, I'm outside.
yeah, my mother be like,
You
why
don't-
you keep punishing these kids? You don't even know. You don't remember anything you
From
do.
now on, I'm gonna be the one to punish. You don't say. You just say you disappointed in
And
them.
you know what? I've ever been in my father because on our job, I do this. I do the same thing, and I forget.
What do you mean?
Okay, so I play little mind games with some of the people we work with, right? I'm wrong for this. I told this inmate, I always give them a different name every time they ask. So I used to tell my name was Officer Santiago, right? Whenever thing went around, yeah, you could write me up. I don't care. Officer Santiago, you could spell my name right? I talk all that trash. I done did it so many times that they start calling me Santiago. And this happened to me last week.
Oh, and you be like, "What do you call me Santiago?"
Yeah,
for?"
like, hey, Santiago, can I go do this? Santiago, can I get on the phone? This and that. I'm like, I was like, oh, why y'all keep calling me that? Like, what's your problem? He's just like, you told me that's your name. I was like, oh yeah, that's my name. Go ahead, go ahead, man.
You done. You done. You
Oh,
done.
no. I was like, I gotta stop doing that, man, because I forget I do this stuff, and then they just
Yeah, but
this will be cracking me up though. But bullying is not the same
it really isn't.
because if they weren't in your neighborhood, you had to meet them at schools. There was no getting around them. Now everything is like cyber bullying.
But the thing is, they try to say, "Oh, well, you can't get rid." You can nowadays. Just put the phone down,
yeah,
and the bullying stops.
walk away, block them, do whatever.
You know,
They're gonna create other accounts, and you just keep blocking. Your block game gotta be strong.
but with us, it wasn't like it was. When I say it was real fear, because you go turn the corner
And they be right,
and they're there, and then you're like, "Oh God," you know.
It's just
It'd be like if you're playing video games, and then that person comes online. You're like, "Oh God,
this nigga in here." All right, you know, it's just.
But you could block them. But nowadays, like imagine if the internet you couldn't block people.
Oh man,
That'd be all. To be honest, I'm like, yeah, I know you're reading this message. You might not show you, but I know you're reading it.
because now you can't even get a text. You can't even fake read the text without
Yeah,
seeing
like,
a
you
little
know how
scene.
you-
You
yeah.
see scene under the words. But, oh, I know this.
You know, how
nigga's-
you know how you just slide down and just read what a couple of it, and then you don't open it.
Yep.
Girls think they slick. They do that shit all the time.
Oh, I didn't get your text. My bad.
I'm like,
Yes,
dude,
you
you
liar.
got it. It's been.
Liar.
I sent it 2 days ago. You read it. Oh well, I didn't see it come through. You are on. It's your extension. It's like an arm to you. I don't want to hear
It's
that.
part of you, and it's crazy because I know one of my nieces. She came to me because somebody in her neighborhood was bullying her,
Mhm.
and
I wonder how Uncle Beans handled this.
well, you know, I was
You got real aggressive. I
going
can
to
already-
find this child,
I-
and
you can't do that.
I know,
Beans.
I didn't do it because the mother talked me out of it, and because she told me this kid. And I thought it was a little girl. I was like, look, I can't, tell your mom, tell your sisters, because if it's a little girl, I can't, it ain't good look for me to say something to a little girl. It's like, no, it's a boy. I'm like, oh, okay, so that I can do. I can go, I can go. So I go over there and I go up and down this neighborhood trying to find this kid. And cooler heads prevailed. They came outside like, look, let me talk to his mother and let me figure this joint out. And I told my niece, look, next time he come to you, you tell him that I was looking for him. And if I find him, if he keep bullying you and I find him, he gonna have to deal with me.
So now you threatening little kids.
I listen, it worked. She said it. He said he don't even talk to her no more.
I feel like I've always been an advocate to stop to prevent bullying. I've always been the type of person where if I saw somebody getting bullied by somebody that, even if they were my friend who was doing bullying, I'd be like, stop that shit right now, or do it to me.
Yeah.
Do it to me, because you doing it to somebody who can't defend themselves.
Who's smaller and
You how weak are you?
You are
Do
ch-
it to me, because
you
I'm
are
telling you right now, I don't care how big you are, you're not gonna bully me.
I hear that.
You're gonna have to just look. What's that? What's that? Off of
Ozark.
Ozark. If you want to stop me,
Man.
you're gonna have to fucking kill me. That's how I be feeling with them.
Like, man,
bullies.
this shit crazy. All right.
Yeah, but that is a good. They done turned it into like a fucking little thing on online.
A meme, yeah.
Yeah, like a little ringtone type thing.
Believe it or not, the realest person I ever seen stop bullies. Kid you not, you would never. If you ever met this person, my mother.
Your mother?
I've seen my mother stop people. Like we were driving home from school, and we saw these 4 kids jump this one kid. My mother pulled over, jumped out, and pulled them kids off that one kid.
See,
My mother was gangster like that.
When you see a lady that's like a mom or a grandmother or something, instantly you know I'm in trouble. See, like I feel like back in the day, if an older woman jumped in to stop somebody or protect somebody, everybody knew like, okay, we better be in trouble. We gotta get out of here.
Listen.
Like today, I feel like if your mom tried to do that today, I feel like she'd get knocked out.
Oh, I told her that. I told her after a while as we got older, because she did it. After we,
like these kids today
we
would
got
not
older.
give it. They're like, Grandma,
yeah, she.
now
I
you gotta
took-
come out there and be
Yeah.
ready to kill.
Well, I did tell her like, look, you don't understand. When you jump out, I'm not helping them. I'm fighting them to keep them off of you. That's what you need to understand. Because I've seen her do it like at least half a dozen times.
They're
Like
just random
just
people.
random people getting fight, and she's running there, and y'all need to stop. Like just picking kids up.
Yeah,
Y'all need
that's
to
how
stop
you get
this.
stabbed.
I tell her this.
Why does she just want to save everybody?
She just like that. She's just a
You gotta understand how the circle of life happens. Everybody's gotta go. Everybody's got their turn where they're gonna have to take a L.
yeah.
And that kid's turn, you are preventing this kid to be a man.
Yeah, my father's like, you need to stop. You know, you gotta stop jumping out trying to save these kids. You can't do that.
It'd be different if the kids was like, okay, they 12. But we talking about like teenagers, you don't need to be jumping in.
Well, my mom, I mean, it was a fight happening in my front yard, and I was like, Lord.
that's-
And I tried to warn them, like, look, y'all don't want this, okay? If y'all gonna fight, do it somewhere else. Telling you, don't do that here.
Did you know who they were?
I didn't know who they were. I didn't know these kids.
So you just came outside and the kids ready to fight, right? in
Yeah,
front
they
of
were ready
your
to fight in front of my parents' house. And here they start fighting. And here come my mother. She come barreling out. And she was picking, just
picking people and throwing
grabbing
them.
people out of shirt and just doing it. And she scared these kids. They took
stopped.
off running. I was like, oh my God. I was like, why do you do this? Well, my mother, she did get bullied. She did tell me the story. She got bullied. There was this big girl, just big for her age in school, and she, for whatever reason, she hated my mother. So my mother, they were trading words. So this girl, you know how back in the day, after school,
This is a girl that she grew up with?
yeah, my
Okay.
mother grew up with, and my mother was a kid, and the girl goes after school, it's on basically.
Yeah.
So my mother, and it was early in the day, so the whole day my mother told me that she was terrified. Like,
Yeah, I bet.
she was like, "Oh man, this girl's gonna get me after school." So like a fool, my mother said, like a fool, I waited. I didn't try to. She said I didn't try to run home. I didn't
No.
get no help. She said,
If
I
you run,
stood there.
It's gonna be happening tomorrow every day.
Yeah.
You might as well just face it and say it's
Yeah,
gonna
she
be what
said
it's gonna
I
be.
stood there. She said 3 o'clock came, nothing. 3:30 came, nothing. She said 4 o'clock came. She's like, okay, well, the bully forgot. So now my mother she said she went from being afraid to being angry. She went to rage mode. She actually found this girl and beat this girl up because she made her be afraid of the whole day. That
So your mom was like, "Fuck this, we're doing it."
Yeah,
now.
she's
I'm gonna
like,
find this
you're
girl.
going to make me be afraid. No,
No, I'm gonna make you
we're
afraid.
going to fight.
That's how you do it.
That's what
That's your mama. Your mama G.
Yeah, she is. I was like, why do you fight so? She could not stand violence and bullying. When
My mother is the
that's why
total opposite. My mother had never been in a fight.
no, God
She-
bless
she-
her.
My
man.
mother is so not saying she won't fight. She just never. She never really been in a fight like with like having to fight somebody. I don't think so. I think my mom, maybe she might have been a little tussles with like her cousins and stuff,
And that happens.
but nothing like a bully. And I'm gonna have to ask my mother that. I don't think she's ever been bullied. Like my mom was very pretty, very Miss Popular in the band kind of thing. So like,
Oh yeah, usually kids like that don't gotta fight.
my father was bullied though. So my father said there was this one kid that was bullying him, and like my father has 12 brothers and sisters.
Ooh.
So it's one of those like if you fight one of us,
You gonna fight?
you gonna fight all of us.
It was kind of like that.
So my dad said he was on his bus. Kid used to always pick on him. He said, you know what? You know, flick his ear, do all kind of stuff. He said, we're gonna beat your ass. We'll beat your ass. So the one day my dad the kid was right near the bus, you know, school ending, and he's talking to him like, you know, picking on my dad. And my dad was literally one step from just busting out running. Like his feet, you know how your feet start get lifted, like your heels start lifting up. His feet was lifting up to turn and just run. But as soon as he was just about to do that, guess who come turn the corner?
the bully.
No, the bully already there.
Oh,
Bullying. Guess
is
all his brothers
oh word.
come turn the corner. His sisters too. He got like about, you know, at the time like maybe 2 or 3 sisters and about 3 or 4 brothers. So he's like, oh, now my dad's all big and bad. What you want to do then, man? What's up? Come on, man. You want to do it? Let's do it then. To this day, my dad's like, he did not know he was about to bust out. He was about to go running. He saw my older uncles, and he said, "Oh yeah, ties a turn. What's up?"
Nah, you
And now they went in. He started swinging at him then because he knew my brothers has got my back. I can't lose.
Listen, I get it, man. Safety in numbers.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
So
I think everybody goes through it, and I do think you should have some sort of bullying but in your peer group, you know what I mean? Like if you in 9th grade, be bullied by 9th grade. Don't be bullied by 12th grade. That's an unfair advantage. Like,
see, no, that's what I'm saying. Billy was older than me.
oh, was he?
He was older, but in the same grade.
Oh,
One of them kids.
okay.
He got held back a couple times.
Well, he was kind of he wasn't in your age range, but he was in your peer group.
Yeah, he was like,
I mean?
well, I told you he didn't go to our school, but he was in our grade.
I mean,
so I used to always make fun of him because I'd be like,
oh, that's why. Oh, okay. That's
no. This is after he's already been bullying.
oh,
So
okay.
I'm like, what grade are you in? And he's like, I'm in, let's say he's like, I'm in 10th grade. And I'm like, oh, how old are you? You know,
I'm 17.
I'm like, we're all 15. And we're in 10th grade. How are you? I'm like, so I'm like, oh, you got held back twice? and so that was our thing. Like, since, you know, he talked junk, so we talk junk back. Like, I'm like, you're supposed to be in college right now.
You're supposed to be dry. You probably drove here, didn't
So
you?
that probably could have helped with him being
fueling
more,
the fire.
Him being inferior, feeling like,
No, I get it. Y'all had y'all bullies outsourced. Our bullies were actually there at school.
Yeah, no, I never got bullied in school, but
I
I
never
did
got
see
it
kids get bullied. You know,
It's tough, man. But like I said, like if you've never experienced something like that, I think when you experience it later on in life, it's going to hit you harder.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If you've never, you know,
I feel like I got bullied harder by girls than I
Well,
did with guys.
young girls are cruel.
But it was
they
like
can
one of
be
them, like I
very
think they
cruel.
liked me, but I didn't know it at the time. So they were just cruel and mean because they didn't know how to just express that they liked you.
Well, you know, yeah, back then you just
Like,
you don't
loser.
know.
You're like,
you just don't know how to say, listen, I like you.
yeah.
You can't just
I can't do that. So I gotta fucking torment you every day to make sure you
Yeah, and then-
hate life.
and that's the worst because especially when you find out later on down the line, you be like,
What do you mean you like me?
what you
Like
like?
it was just
like-
tormenting.
Yeah, because I found out like years later, like it happened when I was 15, 16, but I don't find out until I'm like 30. And I'm like, why didn't you just why didn't you just say something then? Like, I don't You know what I mean? That's the
Cause
stuff.
I didn't know how
Maturity,
to say it.
maturity, and
But you sure knew how to flick shit at me.
I
and
know, right? You
fucking
sure you know how to?
give me wet willies and shit.
Yeah, you know. Thinking back,
You do what you know.
yeah, and
And what you know is I've seen bullying, so I'm gonna bully them.
that's all I know how to do is be cruel to people,
Yeah.
and that's it.
But
And we don't know how to receive it. Like, you know, we
no, because
they
you don't know
know-
why they're doing it.
yeah,
You're just like,
you think, oh man, this girl hates me, hates my
why am
guts.
why am I such a horrible person that you just feel like I can just torment you?
Yeah, your parents try to tell you, listen, she do that because she like you. No, that can't.
Yeah,
be
you're
it.
like, there's no way. Just like when we were talking about why if you show women disrespect, why they end up liking you more. You don't
Yes.
understand it. We'll never understand the opposite of why we think why it makes sense, but it does.
I don't. It's just basically going back to, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Like you said, women are treated like children. It's just like it's going back to that childhood
Yeah, trauma.
state, that childhood trauma. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. Childhood trauma.
Yeah, think
You
about the
go for
parents.
what you know.
Think about the parents who always showed love. Yeah, God, mom, will you leave me alone?
Yeah.
But then the parents who never said anything to their kids, and they just the kids will be acting out, trying to get their parents' attention.
I just want to.
Damn, if you could just
me.
love me for once, and you're like, yeah, go outside, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Me and your mom got something to handle.
Oh, that's like, what's that movie, Gridiron Game, or The Rock, when the one kid was like, I just want my mom to tell me she loves me.
Yeah,
I was like, dang.
that's all you want.
You gang banging just so your mother.
I know you out here gangbanging, ready to kill people because your mom said
She
like,
didn't tell you she like. I would have took his mom aside, like, look, you got an easy fix here. Okay,
yeah,
listen.
your son taking lives because you don't want to say you love him.
Just tell him you love him.
And not for nothing though. You taking lives, man. I don't know if I love you either, dude. You're a devil child. Like, what the hell? You that insecure that you gotta kill people?
You gotta kill people just for your mom, just to get a hug.
I hate to say I tell you I hate you. I don't know what you might do.
Yeah, he was. If it wasn't such a sincere moment, my reaction would have been the same. Like, what? That's what?
Yeah. I just wanted to tell you I love her.
Just wanted to tell me she loved me. And hey, some people need it. I don't know. What's that's in that words of affirmation? I guess that's just what they need. I mean, it's what it is.
What's it called? But what time is it? We've been going for about 42 minutes.
42 minutes.
Um,
On these Dr. Phil moments.
yeah, man. Because bullying's a big thing in the world. It really shapes you who you are.
It does.
And, it makes you. I think every man has been bullied to where they feel less than. But then eventually you had to stand up to the bullies because you knew they weren't never going away.
No.
It's just like problems. If you don't resolve the problems straightforward, directly, and face them, they're only going to get bigger and bigger.
They only escalate.
Yes. And feel more powerful.
Like, you ever seen these, like, okay, like nowadays I've seen kids like go to these kids' houses. Like they start off online.
Oh, you mean like meet up with them?
Yeah,
to fight?
somehow it ends up. Remember that girl that got killed because she came out to stab them?
Yeah, and the police shot her.
That's basically how that started. It started online, and then they end up at this girl's house.
We never went over nobody's house to fight them. It was always like you met them at the park.
At the park,
we meet somewhere.
Neutral territory.
I never, because you never want to go to somebody's house and then they fucking parents come out and beat your ass.
Yeah,
like
I've seen that happen too.
You can't go. You could not back in my day. You could not go to my house and challenge me to fight in the yard, and my mother wasn't gonna come out there and beat your ass.
Yeah,
she'd have been like, "Who? Who you about to fight?"
Let me put my shoes on. Hold on.
Mind you, I live in a white neighborhood, so it wasn't like this. What there were no white kids doing that. They weren't doing that.
Man,
they maybe did that, y'all. I don't know.
Shoot, our neighborhood.
We was not doing that. We was like
nobody showed up at each other's house. Right?
We always met at the park. Meet us at the park. Meet us behind a Tim Hortons. Meet us at the movie theater in the parking lot. Like that's what we fought. I remember one time my friends was like, because like I said, me and my cousin, we were the only black kids, pretty much that. for the most part. We had one other kid who was like mixed, but for the most part, we were the only black kids.
Mhm.
So they automatically always thought we could fight, and which, I mean,
For the most
for
part.
the most part, we could. So they called us up one time. My friend called me up, Ryan. My friend Ryan. He calls us up and he's like, "Hey, Cody is fighting these kids from Maryvale over this girl that she was dating that we went to school with." So apparently Cody had broke up with this girl, and she started dating this kid from Maryvale, and they were meeting at the movie theater's parking lot to settle it. So they called us up. They were like, "We're coming to pick you up right now. It's about to be Maryvale versus Depew, like a gang, like a gang fight." So we're like, "Hell yeah!" So my friend pulls up. We jump in the car, and we're like, just I don't even know if I put gloves on. I don't know what I was just like. We were like,
Y'all was prepared
we
for
were
the fight.
preparing for like a showdown.
Like it was a cut
Like
scene.
you ever seen what's the movie Ron Burgundy?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they all meet up to like with the
Different-
swords
yeah.
and flamethrowers. We was like, okay. So I'm sitting there like, all right, we're flying. Like, oh, we gotta get over there. They're already over there, right? So my friend Ryan, he's like hyped, like he's like, oh yeah, we about to get in the fight. Like it was one of them times where like you ever wanted, you hadn't had a good fight in a while, and you're like, it's time. I'm ready for one. It was the summertime too. So we get up there, we pull up, right? It's like 20 dudes probably there. Pull out, me and my cousin jump out the car. Mind you, it's all white kids, right? And maybe like one mixed kid there on their side. And they see me, and they see my cousin walking towards it. Because we're like, it's on. Like they're like, and they see us and they're like, oh shit, it's too black. Like, this shit just got shifted. So mind you, we're sitting there. We walk up, and we had this one kid his name was Justin. Now, mind you, Justin was non-violent. Justin used to wear women jeans. When I say this, he was wearing women jeans before it was cool to wear women jeans as men. I know we still don't think it's cool, but there's people do that.
Yeah.
He wore skinny, tight, nut grabbing jeans. Like I'm not lying about
So
this.
he was a trailblazer.
He was a trailblazer. He wore them, and that was his look.
That's crazy.
So he walks up to us. And he's like, "Oh yeah, whoa, hey, so we're not gonna fight. They're just gonna fight," and we're looking like.
They sent a representative.
Well, no, he was the one. He didn't want to fight. That's really what it was. He did not want no smoke. So he was trying to stop it because he saw the look in me and my cousin's eyes. Like we were like, oh yeah, it's about to go down. Like, I walked in like and mind you, when it's a brawl and it's like 10 on 10, you do. That's like when you got jumped. You scan the room and you see who you're going for.
Who you going for?
So I remember. There was just one kid who had a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey on, and I fucking hate Pittsburgh Steelers.
So you're done.
I already said, I'm like, this dude's getting it. At first, when the shit breaks off, I'm going right after him and just going in on him.
You, Ben Roethlisberger,
So-
you going now.
We get over there, and Cody and the other kid are near the grass, huffing and puffing. And they go in, they start grabbing each other, and they're just rolling around the grass. So I'm like, these motherfuckers is wrestling. They're not fighting, they're wrestling. No one won the fight, dude. Like, I was so mad because I was like, wait a minute, what? What you mean we not fighting? Like, I'm doing this. I'm like, and he's like, no one's fighting. We're just gonna watch them fight. And I'm like, that's not what I was told. That's not what I was.
I told there will be blood, and there will be blood.
Yeah. So I was like, literally, me and my cousin was so disappointed. I said, y'all wasting our time. And I'm telling you right now, I almost was so tempted to just steal on a kid just to get it cracking, just to let it off. Because I was just like, but it wasn't my fight. It was like, why would I fight? I'm like
And you had no stake in it.
it was my friend was Cody was my friend, but like I didn't know we didn't know what they were fighting over at first. I didn't find out till after when I'm seeing them fight. I'm like, well, what are they even fighting over? Well, Cody's fighting over this girl, and I'm like,
That's why
and I'm like,
yeah.
you talking about Stacy? You mean Stacy, the girl he cheated on? Oh hell no! Nah. What the fuck we even doing here? He fighting over a girl he cheated on, and she left after he cheated on her and went with this other guy. Like I'm feeling like we doing something just. We the bad team.
Yeah, we'd be
We not even the Avengers, nigga. We Thanos in the crew. I'm like, oh hell no. So now I really don't want to fight. I'm like, I don't want to be the bad guy.
But that's what you did back then. You fought over girls back then.
I know, but I'm like, why'd you? And we all like, we asked them like, why'd you cheat on her? I don't know. Why are you fighting her? Why are you fighting for her if you like? You know, if you didn't cheat on her, she'd still be with you, right? He's like, yeah, I kind of know that. So why are you fighting him? What he got to do with it?
I would have punched him in the head just for wasting my time.
I'm like, you idiot.
Yeah. What was the kid's name with the skinny jeans?
Justin.
We talked it over and we're not going to fight.
Yeah, he came at us because the way I was walking towards it, I was ready to go right then. I was about to go in, and he was like, whoa. And we already decided we're not going to fight. And I'm like, who decided?
The Fight Coalition has decided.
I'm like, I didn't decide. I didn't put my vote in.
We took a vote, and
I'll see if I can find him. I'm going to see if I can find him on I'm not going to show it on them, but I'll show you.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find him. The skinny jean dude.
Too funny. Hilarious.
Here you go. This is him. This is who.
And I hate to assume this, but is he gay or is he?
No.
He just fashion forward.
Well, he just would. I don't really know why.
Look at her.
I don't think he's gay. I just remember he was just very. Let me see. Like this, no, he don't wear nothing. That ain't it. He used to wear way bigger pants.
So he was just kind of like Prince, kind of like.
I gotta find one like way back in the day,
like the androgynous.
Yes,
Children of the Fence. What is that about?
I don't know. Don't listen to him, man. I'm just trying to show you a picture of how he. So like one time I got him in like I kind of bullied him a little bit. One time we was over his house and I got him in like a pretzel. And like he couldn't move, and he got so mad at me for
just doing him dirty,
not letting him. He's a small dude; he wasn't big. Oh, here we go. Oh, I think I just seen.
This is just insane.
Oh no, yeah, he would. He was a good dude. You know, I think he pretty much.
It looked like he was just into fashion. He just.
I don't think he was into fashion as much as he. Okay. As much as he was like, he just liked wearing women's pants. That's really what it came down to, and he just liked them tight.
I mean, that's just the style now. I mean,
I just used to be like, why are you like you? The funniest thing is seeing him when he would see. Look. Okay.
Was y'all about to fight there? Was that
no? But if you see his pants?
Yes.
This is what he would wear. He really would wear female pants.
And this was
everybody else wearing dude pants. He's wearing female pants because that's what he liked to wear. And because we used to be like, this is before they had skinny jeans for men. He was like, when I say this man was a pioneer for the skinny jean culture for men, he was doing that before they was.
That's like 2006. So
yeah. So I'm saying like I didn't get it. He was ahead of his time.
He was.
You know, shout out to you, Justin.
Paved the way.
And then I'll show you let me show you Cody. That's the one who this is it. It might be it right here. Yeah, he get out of Okay, so that's Cody.
Oh, okay.
That's Campbell. That's Soup.
Soup.
Yeah, this is I call him Soup. I'm like, what up, Soup?
Campbell Soup.
Yeah,
All
this
right, I get it.
is my friend Brian. All right, look, we're getting off track.
I know, yeah.
At the end of the day, y'all, I'm just letting y'all know you gotta accept the bullying in life sometimes, but then fight back from it so you can be the man you want to be.
Listen, I get it, man. I know it's tough to deal with, but once you get over that hill, get over that initial thing, you still may not get along, but that bully may respect you at the end of that.
Yeah, or fear you,
depending on how bad you knock them out.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Oh, we good, man.
Hey, man, I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans. Also, if you like the content, man, go ahead and hit the like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss none of our videos. You know we're doing Monday, Friday, 4:30 Eastern time. Sometimes we throw some reaction videos out there, put some new ones out there. And if you want to hit the donation, you know where to go to. Cash App, you know, the Social Norm Podcast. Hit my man with the one time. He like the Lunchables, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That was just a stroll through memory lane, just talking about some bullying stories. And we'll see y'all later, man. Y'all don't let the man beat you down this week.
Exactly.
Let's get through the week. I'm telling you right now, I'm already drained. So shit, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna be running on fumes up by Friday. It is what it is. Peace.
You have a good one.
On, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to